Hi everyone, in this video we are going to learn about one of the AWS service S3. So here we are going to learn what is S3 and where we are going to use this S3, everything we are going to discuss in detail in this session. First of all, we just need to understand what do you mean by S3. Here in AWS, S3 stands for Simple Storage Service, and the S3 service is used to store the data. Okay, why we are going to use the S3 bucket in order to store our data? Because of it is highly scalable, means how much data you want, that much data you can be able to store on the S3 bucket. There is no such kind of limitations are there, means it is highly scalable and securable, means whatever the data you had uploaded into the S3 bucket, that is secure. The security has been provided by the Amazon AWS, and at the same time durable, means how long I just want to make my data is to be available on the S3 bucket, that many days or that many years I can be able to maintain my data in the AWS S3 bucket without losing any data, means it is highly durable. So because of these features we are going to store our organization's data in the S3 bucket, and at the same time it is very easy to store and retrieve the data. Because of these features, the companies are going to prefer the Amazon S3 bucket in order to store their data. Because of if you have some kind of data, max personally how much data you have, means either you have 15 GB of data, otherwise 50 GB of data, and otherwise you have the 100 GB of data. But coming to the organization level, they have a lot of data, like TBs of data. And did they store in the hard disk? No. So they are just want to make sure that data is very critical for them. So that's why they are looking to store them in a secure place. Here the S3 comes into picture by providing the high scalable, high availability, high security. And what are the features of S3 bucket? And what are the features offered by the AWS while we are using the S3 bucket? Like it is going to spread the data across the multiple regions. Means if I had upload the data in the one region, it is going to replicate in the another region. In order to make sure if one of the region has been failed, then we will get the same data will be available on the another region. That is nothing but cross region replication. And here one more thing we just need to make sure, here it is a object based storage, means S3 is a object based storage. Object based storage means, so whatever the thing, whatever the data you have uploaded into the S3 bucket, that will be stored as an object. The object may be either file or folder, or that may be image. Whatever the thing is there, whatever the data you have, what kind of data you have, that will be called as an object. So it is going to store as an object in the S3 bucket. And while we are creating S3 buckets, we just need to aware about some things, like, so it is used to store the data as an objects. And once you have created the bucket, the ownership of the bucket is not at all transferable. And after the creation of S3 bucket, you can't be able to change the name of the bucket. And at the same time, if you want to delete the bucket, suppose you had created one bucket and you had done your work with that bucket, later you want to delete the bucket, but before deleting of the bucket you just need to empty the bucket, and once it has been empty, then only you can be able to delete the bucket. So no worries, what are the critical things I am telling to you, everything we are going to see in a practical session as well, don't worry about that. Okay, the file which we are stored in the S3 bucket can be, it can be ranges from 0 to be 0 bytes to 5 TB. Like, so we can create the multiple buckets. By default, we can be able to create the 10,000 buckets per account. And if you want to more buckets you want to create as per your organization requirement, yes, you can be able to create up to 1 million buckets you can be able to create in the S3 in the AWS service. Okay, fine. So here I just want to upload my data from my organization or from my local machine into the S3 bucket. How I can be able to do that? So by default, if I want to upload any kind of data, if I want to upload any kind of object into the S3 bucket, by default up to 5 GB I can be able at a time in the single put operation. But if it is more than 5 GB, how can I able to upload? So by using the method of multi-part upload, means if my file size is more than 5 GB, example 10 GB, so I want to upload into the S3 bucket. So how that will be done? By using the multi-part upload, means the file will be split into multiple parts in order to upload into the S3 bucket. How? The minimum size is 5 MB and the maximum size is 5 GB. Suppose if I have the 10 GB file, it is going to split into 5 GB file, 5 GB file. So it will be uploaded into parallelly in order to reduce the time, means it will reduce the time. Like suppose if I have the file size, suppose if I want to upload my data by using the AWS S3 console. So up to 1 GB file size I can be able to upload my data into with the help of S3 console. If the file size is more than 160 GB of data, then we have the different kinds of things are there in order to upload the data into S3 bucket. The one of the tool is like AWS SDKs, REST API and AWS CLI. So by using this methods also, I can be able to upload my data into the S3 bucket. So fine. So what are the things we should need to take care while we are going to create the S3 bucket? Just let us understand. So by seeing the means just now I just made login into the AWS console and right now I'm in the AWS page. Just click on the AWS. It is going to take you the home page. Right now which service I'm looking for? I'm going to looking for S3 service. Suppose if you are not able to find in recent history, just you can make by using search bar, universal search bar, just type which service you are looking for, just type that particular service, then you will be redirected to that particular service. Here this is the universal search bar. Fine. Right now I am in the S3 service. Just click on general purpose buckets. Right now I have one bucket, that is elastic bin bucket. But as I don't want to disturb this bucket, I just want to create one new bucket. Just click on create bucket. Then it is asking you in which region you want to create your own bucket. Right now I'm in the Northern Virginia region. I'm going to create my bucket in this same region only. So for which bucket you just want to create the general purpose bucket or dietary bucket. So what is the main difference between this general purpose and dietary bucket? It is going to recommend for coming to general purpose. It is recommended for most use cases and access patterns. General purpose buckets are original S3 bucket type. This allow a mix of storage classes that run storage objects across multiple availability zones. Here, in case of directory bucket, it is for low latency use cases. These buckets use only for the X3 Express one zone class. Here we have the different types of storage class are there. Like based on your requirement, how much data high availability you need. So based on that, we are going to storage our data in that particular class, like standard zone, infrequent zone, standard zone 1A, intelligent tier, glacier. So we have the different types of classes are there. And while we are giving the name to S3 bucket, make sure it should be in the lowercase letters only, and it should be unique name. The name should be within the 3 to 63 characters. Suppose if I made one, if I click on create, it is not going to create. Minimum it required 3 to 63 characters. Okay, so that's why I'm going to make bucket. I'm going to provide some random number. Okay, fine. I had set some unique name, and here the bucket ownership. As I already told to you, once the bucket has been created, it is not possible to change the ownership of the bucket. So by default, I am going to make the ACL disabled. It is recommended. Suppose if I want to make this ACL enabled, means the objects in this bucket can be owned by the AWS account, other AWS account. Means here whatever the objects that has been uploaded into this S3 bucket, it is not owned by this AWS account. It has been owned by some other AWS account. But here what my requirement is, the objects which had been uploaded into this S3 bucket will be owned by this AWS account only. So that's why I am going to select the first option. And here you just make block all public access. If you enable this, what will happen? If you enable this, it is not going to allow any anonymous user to access your S3 bucket. Okay, make sure you just need to enable this. Suppose if you disable it, means Anybody can be able from around the world through internet, they can be able to access your S3 bucket. So by default it will be on the enabled mode only, but as I'm going to create this for lab purpose, just make sure you can be able to disable this, and you just need to certify this. I acknowledge it. And bucket versioning. So coming to bucket versioning, as you know, what is the purpose of versioning? If I want to maintain the multiple versions of the same file, I am going to use the bucket versioning. Fine. So we can be able to enable the, by default it is disabled mode only. Suppose if I want, I can make it enable, and once the bucket has been created, it is going to enable with the bucket version. So we can't be able to disable the version. Suppose if I want to disable the version, so I can be able to suspend it. I can't be able to disable it. Okay. And default encryption, I'm going to select the server side encryption as it is has been provided by the Amazon S3 service. So I'm going to select the first one, which is comes default. And bucket key, I'm going to enable the bucket key. Okay, without disturbing any other things, I'm going to click on create bucket. So the bucket will be created soon. So just wait for a moment. The bucket has been created. So once the bucket has been created, are you able to see the bucket? The bucket name is bucket 321 something random number I had provided. So in order to make it unique, so if I'm going to use the same bucket name while creating another bucket, it is not going to accept. Means the bucket name should be unique. If I want to create the bucket with the same name, what I need to do? First of all, I need to delete the bucket with that name. So once it has been successfully deleted, then only I can be able to create the bucket with the same name. Hope you guys understood. Fine. So I'm going to inside of the bucket. So right now you are inside of the bucket. So right now there are no objects. Just make sure you just need to upload an object. So I'm going to click on add files. So right now, okay, something I'm going to up. So suppose desktop, and anyhow, yes, I have Jenkins commands. So click on open. So just click on upload. Then this data will be uploaded into the S3 bucket as an object. So here, are you able to see the status? Succeeded. Just close. So here, are you able to see the data which I have on my local machine? I had been successfully uploaded into the where I had uploaded into the S3 bucket. Suppose if you want to upload another file, so here while you are uploading, you have the destination settings, permissions, properties. So I'm going to show to you storage class. As I already told you now, we have multiple storage classes are there. So based on your requirement, you are going to store. So if you are uploading some frequent accessing data, you are going to store in the standard class. And you don't know which kind of data you are uploading. Based on the nature of the data, it is going to move either standard or standard AI. If it is frequently accessed data, it is going to move into the standard. If it is non-frequent access data, it is going to move into the standard 1A. And infrequent access data, we are going to choose standard 1A. And if I want to store the data in the only single availability zone, I am going to store in the one zone IA. And if it is archival data, but it is going to retrieve instantly, I am going to select the glacier instant retrieval. So different types of storage classes are there. So everything is based on your requirement. So here, think you are going to frequently accessing the data. So that's why you are going to select the storage class as standard. Fine. So in this way I can be able to, and just go back and click here. So just go to metadata, just you will be able to see properties. Here the bucket versioning has been enabled only. So here if you click here, just click on the, and if you check the versions, you have only one version is there. Suppose if you want to change the name of the file which you had uploaded, so just click here. And is it possible to change the name? Just checking. I'm checking. I don't know. I need to check. Suppose, for example, I know, but as a fresher, you don't know. So here, action. Okay, rename object. You have the rename object name is there, no? Yes. Jenkins. I'm going to change as Jenkins my commands. Save changes. So as I had uploaded one object, later once I had uploaded, if I want to change the name of the object which I had been uploaded into the S3 bucket, yes, I can be able to make the changes to the name of the object which I had uploaded into the S3 bucket. Yes, right now the name has been changed or not? Yes, the name has been changed. So if you go to the versions here, this is the current version I have. So I'm going to do the something. So Jenkins commands is there. So something different. Okay, just Control S. I am going to upload into the S3 bucket again. So I am going to enter into this bucket. I am going to upload the same data. Yes, add files, and where it is, Jenkins command, enter, upload, close. So here if you go to the this, you have any two versions? Yes, only we have one version. So if I upload the same file multiple times by doing some modifications, Jenkins commands, I am going to make nothing different. Yes, okay. I'm going to upload the file again and just go inside of the bucket and upload the file. Where is the file? On desktop only. It is going to make a Jenkins command. Just open here, just click on upload. Then it is going to upload. So close it. And if you see here, on the single file name, I had uploaded multiple files. So it is duplicate. Means in the first file, what I had done, so something is different. In the second file, what I had done, in addition to that, nothing is different. So here, if you click here, if you click on versions, you will be able to see this multiple versions of the same file. The file is same, but it has a multiple versions. Hope you guys understand. In this way, the versioning will be maintained. Suppose if I am going to delete, what is the basic reason in order to enable the versioning? In order to protect the data from the accidental deletion. Generally, we are going to provide the multi-factor authentication while we are going to deleting the objects from the S3 bucket, because of it is going to avoid accidental deletion of data from the S3 bucket. So because of, if he by using the multi-factor authentication, if he delete that object, means wantonly he is deleting that object, but it is not then accidental. So by doing that, we can be able to do that. And at the same time, as I told to you earlier, if I want to make the data has been spread across the multiple regions, select the bucket, and here you have the options like just go to bucket and where it is, so general purpose buckets. Okay, so click here the bucket, here in action, no, so we can be able to do multiple actions like, so just a moment guys, I will let you know. So show versions, if you enable the show versions, it is going to show the multiple versions of your file. And properties, so you can be able to hear the different properties which is related to that. And coming to properties, this is the properties and bucket ownership, everything you have. And access point, just click on access point. So management, so here there is no life cycle rule. If you want to make any life cycle rule, here it will be there. So here there is a replication rule. Suppose if you want to replicate the data which you had uploaded into this bucket into the another bucket which is in the another region, here you can be able to create the replication rule. So here the application rule name is something you rule 1. So enable, and which bucket? I had this bucket in my account, and so apply to all the objects in this bucket. Suppose if you want to limit the scope of the rule, you can use the first thing. If you want to, whatever the objects which you had uploaded into the bucket, those things will be replicated in the another bucket. So here, destination, choose a bucket in this account or specify bucket in the other account. Means if you want to replicate the data in the same account or in the different AWS account, that the both the possibilities we have. And here you just need to browse the S3. Suppose if you have another bucket, suppose right now I have only one bucket. Suppose instead of doing that, what I am going to do, so I am going to create one more S3 bucket in the another region. So here, just click here, click on S3, go to general buckets and create bucket. So here, bucket duplicate redundancy. Okay, so where it is going to create, so first of all I need to change. I'm going to create the Mumbai region. So in Mumbai region I'm going to create the bucket. Okay, bucket duplicate redundancy. Okay, and disable na disable. Okay, versioning disable. Okay, fine. So leaving everything, just create the bucket and just make sure. So okay, here I need to acknowledge it, so that's why it is not going to create. And once it has been created, what you need to do, yes, this bucket has been created. So here I just want to make the destination is, just go to bucket and just refresh here. Then you have the duplicate address bucket there, which is in the Mumbai region. Right now my original bucket is in the east US region, and the redundancy bucket is in the Mumbai region. Choose path and enable versioning. Okay, fine. IAM rule, suppose if you have the existing IAM rule, then you can, otherwise you can create the new rule. And encryption, this is the default things. Just click on save, then uh, just go to here, and okay, it is going to replicate here. Fine, just do not replicate the existing job. Yes, if means here in my bucket already have some kind of data. If I want to replicate the existing objects as well, just click here. Yes, replicate existing objects as well. So here it is asking you to create the batch job. Okay, complete report destination is to the okay, choose path. Okay, choose IAM role. I am going to create, otherwise you can ignore this thing. So right now I'm going to upload, I'm going to upload the some anything in this bucket. So upload. So if you see here, in duplicate object, it is nothing is there right now. Suppose if I had upload any kind of object into this, so I'm going to upload git key one. So just click on upload here. So where I had uploaded, the bucket name is bucket 32154, some random name, and this bucket is in the Northern Virginia region. Whenever I had uploaded the data, it is going to replicate in the bucket which I had created in the Mumbai region. Okay, just refresh here, it is going to replicate here. You just need to wait for some time, and the file has been successfully uploaded. Close. So whenever I had uploaded this thing, it will take some time to get it replicated here. You need to wait for some time, because of it will take some time. So once I have uploaded, so it will take some time. So once it has done, so dietary buckets and redundancy bucket, yes, just a moment, wait. Yeah, here I have any management. So here the replication one, replication time control disabled, entire bucket same as source. Okay, so the rule one, the status is enabled only. So the scope is enter bucket. Earlier we don't have any replication rule is there. So but right now we have the replication rule. The rule name is rule one and it is in the enable state only. So the destination bucket is the bucket which I had created in the Mumbai region and the scope is entire bucket same as source and so just click here and refresh again. So soon I think it is taking time but sure it is going to replicate here. So in this way we can be able to replicate our data across the multiple region with the help of cross region replication rules. So this is all about S3 bucket. As a cloud DevOps, you just need to aware about those things, but you don't need to deeply involve in this. But if anybody came to you, so I just want to create the bucket, like I want to upload the data, but you are not I don't know what is S3 because of you must and should need to aware about the all the things, whatever the services we are going to use in the AWS, you must need to aware about it because of if you good in the manual things or core concepts, then only you will be able to make the automation. Means if you strong in the subject, then only you can be make some wonderful things like that. Yes. Is it replicated or not? Yes. The earlier, did I have anything? Right now I am in which bucket? Right now I am in the bucket which I had created in the Mumbai region. I didn't upload anything, but automatically the file which I had uploaded into the bucket which is in the Northern Virginia, whenever I had uploaded that object, it is automatically replicated the same file in the bucket which is in Mumbai region. This is possible with the help of replication rules. This is all about S3 bucket and hope you guys understood. Thank you so much guys for joining into my session and do not forget to subscribe my channel and please share with your friends and if you have any things or queries just please post on comment session. Whenever I free, I'm going to revert to your queries and as I'm going to maintain some Google Classroom for you as well. Whoever is interested, please ping me your email IDs. Accordingly, I am going to add your email IDs to the Google Classroom. Accordingly, you will have some wonderful stuff in order to prepare better. Okay. Thank you so much again. And I will meet up you in the next session with a new topic. Until signing off. Thank you. Bye bye.